The world of politics and media is no stranger to controversy. But what happened last night has left fans and insiders alike absolutely stunned. Candace Owens, never one to shy away from the spotlight or the truth as she sees it, reportedly uncovered a series of shocking government secrets directly tied to Charlie Kirk's latest public scandal. Sources close to the story are claiming that what began as a minor controversy surrounding Kirk's statements on social media has now escalated into something far more explosive, something that could shake Washington to its very core. Eyewitnesses say emotions ran high as Candace, known for her sharp tongue and fearless investigations, confronted a group of officials in what some are calling a dramatic showdown. Allegedly, the room was tense. Voices were raised and accusations flew like sparks in a wildfire. Friends of Kirk are said to be scrambling behind the scenes, desperately trying to manage the fallout. While insiders whisper that family dynamics have become strained, leaving those closest to him questioning loyalties and motives, fans online are already reacting in disbelief. Comments are pouring in, with some calling the revelations mind-blowing, and others accusing Candace of orchestrating a public spectacle. But the real question remains: what exactly did Candace uncover, and why has it caused such a frenzy among political insiders? Could these government secrets be tied to decisions that affect millions, or is it simply a personal vendetta played out in the harsh glare of social media? The lines between truth and drama are blurred, and everyone is waiting for the next bombshell to drop. As whispers turn into headlines and social media explodes with theories, one thing is certain: the stakes have never been higher. Every statement, every leaked document, every reaction could tip the scales further into chaos. And with Candace Owens at the center, fans and critics alike are glued to every move, every word, every revelation. Tonight, the world watches as the story unfolds, tensions rise, and the truth, whatever it may be, threatens to change. Everything we thought we knew about Charlie Kirk, and the secrets he may have kept hidden. The drama is just beginning, and you, the audience, are about to witness it firsthand. The tension in the air was palpable as Candace Owens stepped into the room where whispers of Charlie Kirk's latest controversy had been circulating for weeks. Every eye turned, every murmur hushed, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. The story that was about to unfold was not just another headline. It was a revelation that could shake the foundations of power and leave reputations in ruins. Candace, known for her fearless investigations and sharp rhetoric, had prepared meticulously for this moment, armed not only with documents and testimony, but with the unyielding resolve to uncover what many had tried to keep hidden. Fans had been buzzing for days on social media, theories running wild, as snippets of her findings leaked online. But no one was prepared for the storm that was coming. It all started with a tip from an anonymous source claiming that Charlie Kirk's seemingly innocuous comments on a social platform were only the surface of something far deeper. Candace had initially dismissed it as another exaggerated rumor. But the more she dug, the more the pieces began to align, painting a picture that was both alarming and astonishing. Inside the room, tensions ran high. Advisors, political operatives, and a handful of Kirk's closest allies exchanged wary glances. Nobody had expected Candace to come in so boldly, armed with evidence that seemed almost too precise to ignore. She moved through the room with confidence, laying out her case in a voice that was calm but carried an undeniable weight. "We all know the controversy," she began, her eyes scanning the group. "But what you don't know is the connection to government decisions that have affected millions. These are not just words. These are actions, coordinated and hidden." There was a moment of silence as murmurs broke out. One aide whispered urgently, "How did she even get this?" But the room's tension only grew as Candace revealed details that no one had anticipated. Documents, recordings, and statements interwove a narrative that suggested that Kirk's public persona was being manipulated in ways designed to distract, to confuse, and to protect interests far above ordinary scrutiny. Family members of Kirk, who had been kept in the dark, were reportedly shocked and overwhelmed. According to sources, emotions ran high as they confronted the possibility that everything they believed about his public image might have been carefully curated for strategic purposes. Friends, too, were left questioning loyalty and truth. Some were defensive, others silent, but all were aware that the storm had only just begun. Candace, ever unflinching, pressed on, revealing a chain of communications that indicated government involvement, internal memos that contradicted public statements, and actions taken behind closed doors that suggested a level of coordination that few could have imagined. Fans online exploded with reactions. Tweets, posts, and videos began circulating at a dizzying pace, each one more speculative than the last. Phrases like "mind blown," "hidden truths exposed," and "how deep does this go?" became the chorus of a virtual audience hungry for answers. While some condemned Candace for what they claimed was a personal vendetta, Others hailed her as fearless, a voice willing to confront powerful interests without hesitation. The narrative took on a life of its own, spreading like wildfire, each new leak adding another layer of complexity and intrigue. Inside the room, voices began to rise. One close ally of Kirk, visibly shaken, demanded clarification. Candace, are you saying that these leaks are coordinated by government officials? Candace's response was measured, almost chilling. I am saying that what you've been calling controversy is actually a symptom of a larger orchestration. Everything you see in public is designed to mislead, to distract, and to protect a network of interests that most people cannot even imagine. The words hung heavy, and the reactions were instantaneous. Some aides frantically called lawyers, others sent private messages, but Candace maintained her composure, walking them through timelines, statements, and evidence with relentless precision. As the confrontation intensified, Kirk himself reportedly arrived unaware of the full extent of what had been revealed. Emotions ran high. Witnesses say that he appeared visibly unsettled, caught between denial and realization, as Candace presented information that seemed to implicate him in a network of deception far beyond mere public statements. Fans watching online live streams of the unfolding drama described the scene as electrifying, and like watching a reality show but real. Tension escalated further when a family member, speaking out for the first time, accused Kirk of hiding crucial information, sparking a heated exchange that left even seasoned aides speechless. The drama didn't stop there. Candace's revelations triggered an internal scramble among political insiders who feared exposure. According to sources, meetings were called in private offices, phones were checked compulsively, and attempts were made to discredit her findings. But Candace anticipated this, having built a network of corroborating witnesses and verifiable documents. She countered every challenge with clarity and authority, her voice cutting through denials and evasions like a knife. The room, once tense, now felt electric, charged with the collision of truth, suspicion, and raw emotion. The narrative began to spiral further as leaked emails and recordings surfaced, some allegedly showing Charlie Kirk coordinating with figures who had influence over public narratives. Fans were shocked, debates erupted, and social media became a battleground of opinion. Candace's team, however, remained focused, ensuring that every piece of evidence was presented with precision, creating a domino effect of questions, denials, and admissions that left the political world scrambling. As the hours stretched on, the story gained momentum. Insiders reportedly whispered that Candace had uncovered connections that went back months, perhaps years, revealing a level of strategic manipulation that many considered astonishing. Kirk's closest advisors were caught in a bind, attempting to manage fallout while avoiding direct confrontation with the evidence laid bare in front of them. The tension escalated further when a surprising revelation suggested that even some of Kirk's most loyal supporters had unknowingly participated in a narrative that had been orchestrated behind closed doors. The family was left divided, friends were questioning allegiances, and fans remained glued to updates, hungry for more drama, more confrontation, more answers. Candace's approach, calculated yet intense, combined investigative precision with an uncanny ability to heighten drama. Dialogues exchanged in private meetings were reportedly fiery, with voices raised, accusations hurled, and moments of silence so thick they felt suffocating. Her unflinching pursuit of what she claimed to be the truth left many scrambling for explanations. Yet some began to admire the courage it took to confront a network of influence so vast and intricate. As the night wore on, the story continued to evolve. New leaks surfaced, some supporting Candace's claims, others complicating the narrative further. Fans expressed disbelief and awe in equal measure. Some cried out that this was the scandal of the decade. Others debated the moral and ethical implications. Through it all, Candace remained at the center, orchestrating the narrative with the precision of a seasoned journalist and the flair of a reality TV protagonist. By the early morning hours, insiders say the room was exhausted but electric, each person grappling with the implications of what had been revealed. Relationships were strained, loyalties tested, and the public had been given a glimpse into a world they were never supposed to see. Candace's revelations were not just headlines, they were seismic, shaking confidence, credibility, and alliances alike. The story was far from over, and as reports circulated, fans around the world waited with bated breath for the next development. Knowing that in the world of politics and controversy, nothing was ever truly settled. The stage was set. Tensions, revelations, and emotions collided in a whirlwind of drama, leaving everyone involved acutely aware that the coming days would determine who emerged unscathed, and who would face the consequences of secrets finally brought into the light. Candace Owens had ignited a firestorm, and the question on everyone's lips was clear. How deep did this controversy go, and how far would the truth be revealed? The fallout from Candace Owens' revelations continued to ripple through every corner of Charlie Kirk's world. Insiders reported that the moment the evidence was laid bare, advisors scrambled to manage the chaos. Calls were made in hushed tones, and private meetings were convened to contain the damage. Yet despite their efforts, the story only gained momentum. Fans online were relentless, dissecting every leaked document, every recorded conversation, and every statement Charlie had made publicly over the past months. Hashtags surged, debates erupted, and the digital landscape became a battlefield of conflicting narratives, each more sensational than the last. Charlie Kirk, now facing pressure from every angle, appeared visibly shaken in a series of appearances that followed the initial revelations. Aides whispered about his sleepless nights and growing frustration, as the family tried to navigate a storm they had never anticipated. According to sources, heated arguments broke out in private homes, with voices rising and accusations flying. "Why didn't you tell us the truth?" a family member reportedly shouted, the tension thick enough to choke the room. Friends, too, expressed confusion and betrayal, many unsure who to trust or what to believe. Candace, unrelenting, continued to release snippets of her investigation, each one designed to push the narrative further and expose hidden connections that had remained obscured until now. The drama escalated when internal communications surfaced, allegedly showing Charlie coordinating with influential figures to manage public perception. The exchanges painted a picture of strategy, manipulation, and careful orchestration, leaving fans shocked and insiders scrambling to provide explanations. One aide, speaking under condition of anonymity, admitted that the revelations had left them staggered and questioning loyalties. Candace's approach was methodical, presenting each piece of evidence with precision and clarity, turning what could have been a chaotic narrative into a compelling story of intrigue and hidden agendas. Emotions ran high during a particularly intense confrontation, captured on video by a reporter who had managed to gain access to a private meeting. Charlie, visibly defensive, confronted Candace, demanding clarification. "Are you claiming that my actions were orchestrated by outside forces?" he asked, his voice tinged with anger and disbelief. Candace's response was measured but firm. "I am showing that what you've presented to the public is only part of the story. There are connections, decisions, and influences that have been hidden, and the public deserves to know." The room reportedly fell silent, the weight of the accusations hanging over everyone present. As the controversy deepened, allies of Charlie tried to spin the narrative, suggesting that Candace's findings were exaggerated or taken out of context. Yet each attempt to counter her claims was met with further evidence, including leaked memos, corroborated statements, and insider testimonies. The drama was compounded when a former associate of Charlie came forward, claiming to have first-hand knowledge of the hidden networks and strategic communications that Candace had been exposing. The allegations suggested that the manipulation was not limited to public perception, but extended into private dealings, creating a web of intrigue that few could have anticipated. Fans and critics alike were captivated. Social media was ablaze with commentary, speculation, and heated debate. Phrases like hidden government ties, manipulated narratives, and family divided trended across multiple platforms. Viewers expressed a mix of disbelief, fascination, and outrage, each reacting to the evolving story in real time. Candace's role in orchestrating the revelations only added to the drama, positioning her as both fearless investigator and dramatic protagonist, driving the narrative forward with unyielding determination. Meanwhile, family tensions reportedly intensified. Private conversations revealed arguments over loyalty, truth, and public image. One close family member allegedly confronted Charlie, demanding honesty and transparency. "How long were you planning to keep us in the dark?" they asked, the frustration palpable. Charlie's attempts to respond were reportedly met with skepticism and anger, further fracturing relationships and heightening the emotional stakes. Candace, ever aware of the dramatic potential, leveraged these tensions, revealing just enough to keep the audience captivated while maintaining the momentum of her investigation. Unexpected twists continued to emerge. Documents surfaced suggesting that certain decisions made by Charlie in the public eye were influenced by figures in positions of authority, prompting intense speculation about motives and hidden agendas. Fans were shocked, questioning the authenticity of Charlie's previous statements and actions. Conversations leaked to reporters hinted at a network of influence operating behind the scenes, with some insiders suggesting that Charlie himself was both participant and pawn in a larger scheme. The layers of complexity made the story increasingly addictive, each revelation building suspense and drawing viewers deeper into the drama. As night fell, the tension did not abate. A series of live interviews captured by multiple media outlets showed Charlie attempting to address the controversy, though his statements often seemed defensive and fragmented. Candace, meanwhile, continued to release evidence strategically, ensuring that each new piece heightened drama, speculation, and engagement. Social media feeds flooded with reactions, some praising her courage, others criticizing her methods, and many simply trying to piece together the emerging narrative. The controversy had become a spectacle, blending real-world intrigue with the heightened tension of reality TV drama. Insiders report that by the early hours, the story had spread beyond initial circles, reaching national attention. Political commentators, analysts, and journalists weighed in, each interpreting the revelations through their own lens. Yet despite widespread discussion, uncertainty remained. Candace's investigation had exposed just enough to create shockwaves. But the full extent of the hidden networks and their implications was still unclear. Fans eagerly awaited updates, debates continued to rage online, and Charlie's closest allies struggled to maintain control over a narrative that had grown far beyond their reach. The family drama, public scrutiny, and political intrigue intersected in unexpected ways. Reportedly, private conversations captured moments of raw emotion, frustration, fear, and disbelief. Charlie's inner circle was forced to confront uncomfortable truths, and some relationships began to fracture under the pressure. Candace's methodical approach ensured that each revelation carried maximum impact, amplifying tension and keeping audiences hooked. It was a dramatic spectacle, the kind of story that blurred the lines between reality and orchestrated narrative, leaving viewers captivated and insiders scrambling for solutions. As the day progressed, further leaks suggested deeper connections than anyone had anticipated. Emails, recordings, and testimonies implied that Charlie's public persona had been carefully managed, with influences extending into both political and personal spheres. The family reportedly reacted with shock, friends with confusion, and fans with fascination. The drama intensified as debates erupted over motives, ethics, and accountability. Candace, ever the orchestrator, maintained focus, guiding the narrative with precision and ensuring that each new revelation added layers of suspense and intrigue. The night ended with tensions unresolved but emotions heightened. Insiders noted that relationships remained strained, loyalties questioned, and the story far from concluded. Social media buzzed with speculation and discussion, each post fueling the momentum of the controversy. Candace's relentless pursuit of truth, combined with her ability to create a compelling narrative, had positioned her at the center of a story that would continue to captivate audiences for days, weeks, or even months. The stakes were high, the drama intense, and the questions lingering. How deep did the connections go, and what would be revealed next? The morning after Candace Owens' explosive revelations, the atmosphere surrounding Charlie Kirk remained charged with tension. Insiders reported that the previous night's confrontations had left advisors exhausted, family members in disbelief, and friends scrambling to process the implications. Yet Candace was far from finished. According to sources, she had meticulously planned the next phase, ensuring that every angle of the story was explored and every dramatic moment captured. The narrative, already rich with emotion and conflict, was poised to deepen even further, with secrets still waiting to surface. As she began her day, Candace reportedly reached out to multiple sources who had previously remained silent, coaxing them into providing new information that promised to add layers of intrigue. These insiders, some hesitant and others eager, shared accounts that painted Charlie Kirk not merely as a figure embroiled in controversy, but as a participant in a network of calculated influence. Fans online following every update were stunned. Phrases like uncovered corruption and hidden agendas exposed trended, while countless posts dissected the revelations in real time. The story was evolving faster than anyone could predict, and each new piece of information added tension, drama, and disbelief. Inside Charlie's inner circle, emotions were running high. Family members reportedly debated fiercely over how to respond, some advocating honesty while others urged silence. Advisors scrambled to manage public perception, but Candace's careful orchestration ensured that every attempt to spin the narrative was met with further evidence. One aide allegedly remarked, "We are not just dealing with a scandal, we are watching a full-blown revelation unfold before our eyes." Voices rose, accusations flew, and the family was left grappling with truths they had long ignored or been shielded from. Candace's methodical approach included releasing documents and recordings that exposed communications between Kirk and several high-ranking officials. The exchanges suggested strategic coordination aimed at controlling public narratives and protecting certain interests. Fans, shocked by the depth and complexity of the revelations, debated fiercely across social media, creating a digital frenzy. How deep does this go? Became a repeated question, echoing through comment threads, news segments, and online forums. Insiders reportedly admitted that even they were surprised by the magnitude of the connections Candace had uncovered. The drama escalated when a former associate of Kirk came forward corroborating Candace's findings. According to sources, this individual described intricate strategies designed to manipulate perception, divert attention, and maintain influence over key audiences. The revelation stunned viewers and insiders alike. Private meetings reportedly erupted into heated debates. Voices raised as anger, frustration, and fear collided. "We never imagined it would be this deep," one aide allegedly whispered, reflecting the sense of disbelief that permeated the inner circle. Candace, maintaining her signature calm, continued to present the evidence with clarity and precision. Dialogues exchanged in private were fiery, with Kirk confronting her directly. "Are you saying my actions were orchestrated by forces I cannot control?" he reportedly asked, his tone a mix of defiance and desperation. Candace's response was firm. "I am showing that your public image and actions are part of a larger network of influence. The truth cannot be ignored." The tension in the room was palpable, each word amplifying the stakes, each revelation adding to the suspense that had captured the attention of millions. As the story unfolded, fans continued to react online, generating a tidal wave of speculation. Social media feeds were filled with comments, ranging from admiration for Candace's courage to disbelief at the alleged extent of the manipulations. Discussions erupted about ethics, accountability, and the implications of hidden influence, keeping the audience engaged and emotionally invested. Candace's narrative mastery ensured that every revelation was dramatic, compelling, and impossible to ignore. The family drama intensified. Reportedly, members of Kirk's inner circle argued over loyalty, truth, and public image. One close relative allegedly confronted him with a pointed question: "How long were you planning to hide this from us?" The confrontation reportedly left emotions raw, with defensive responses met by skepticism and frustration. Friends too were caught in the maelstrom, unsure who to believe or how to respond. Candace, aware of the dramatic tension, leveraged these conflicts, revealing just enough to keep audiences captivated while maintaining momentum in her investigation. Unexpected developments continued to emerge. Emails and recordings suggested decisions made by Kirk were influenced or guided by outside forces, prompting intense speculation about motives and hidden agendas. Fans expressed shock and disbelief, questioning the authenticity of previous statements and actions. The narrative grew increasingly complex, with layers of intrigue, secrecy, and manipulation creating a story that felt both real and surreal. Insiders described the situation as unprecedented, a collision of personal drama, public controversy, and strategic exposure that few could have predicted. As the hours passed, Charlie Kirk's attempts to respond publicly were met with mixed reactions. Some saw defensive statements, others perceived genuine shock, but the narrative remained firmly in Candace's hands. She continued to release evidence strategically, ensuring that each new revelation heightened suspense and drama. Social media and news outlets became conduits for the unfolding story, with fans glued to updates, eager for the next twist. The family was left divided, alliances tested, and the stakes higher than ever before. By the afternoon, insiders reported that the controversy had reached new heights. The combination of family tension, public scrutiny, and political intrigue created a spectacle that transcended ordinary scandal. Candace's meticulous presentation of evidence had ensured that the narrative was both compelling and sensational, drawing attention from national audiences and media outlets. Viewers were captivated, debates raged, and the story continued to evolve with each new piece of information, keeping fans and insiders alike on edge. As evening approached, Candace's investigation had revealed connections and actions that few had anticipated. Private meetings, internal communications, and strategic alliances suggested a depth of coordination and influence that made the story all the more dramatic. Fans remained captivated, insiders remained uneasy, and Charlie Kirk's inner circle struggled to maintain composure as the revelations mounted. The story had grown far beyond its initial spark, transforming into a full-blown saga of secrecy, betrayal, and revelation. The stage was set for further drama. The tension, intrigue, and emotional stakes were higher than ever. Candace Owens had positioned herself at the center of a story that captivated millions, challenged insiders, and left Charlie Kirk grappling with truths that threatened both personal and public reputation. The unfolding narrative promised more twists, more confrontations, and more revelations, ensuring that the world would continue to watch, react, and speculate with relentless intensity. The night following Candace Owens' relentless investigation brought no relief to Charlie Kirk or his inner circle. Sources report that the drama intensified as leaked documents and recordings continued to surface, each revealing new layers of intrigue that insiders had hoped would remain hidden. Candace, ever meticulous and strategic, ensured that every piece of evidence built upon the last, creating a chain of revelations that left both the public and those closest to Kirk reeling. Fans online were captivated, dissecting each leak and debating its implications. While the family and friends struggled to process the mounting pressure, According to witnesses, private conversations inside Kirk's circle grew increasingly heated. Emotions ran high, voices were raised, and accusations flew unchecked. One close associate reportedly confronted Kirk with the question everyone had been whispering. Were you aware of these hidden connections all along? The tension was almost tangible, a thick mix of disbelief, anger, and fear. Kirk's defensive replies reportedly did little to quell the escalating drama, and Candace seized the opportunity to emphasize the depth of the network she had uncovered. Leaving the room in stunned silence, the narrative took a sharp turn when a former ally of Kirk came forward with explosive testimony. According to this source, some of Kirk's public actions were coordinated with government figures, creating an intricate web of influence that blurred the line between voluntary decisions and external pressure. Insiders claim that this revelation left the family shocked and friends questioning loyalties, as the implications suggested that Charlie may have been both a participant and a pawn in a much larger scheme. Fans online were electrified, sharing clips, screenshots, and theories in a frenzy of speculation that spread across social media like wildfire. Candace, maintaining her signature poise, continued to release evidence methodically, each piece carefully timed to heighten suspense. In one reported encounter, she presented emails and recordings that directly contradicted previous public statements made by Kirk. Reactions ranged from disbelief to outrage, with some aides reportedly panicking, trying to mitigate the damage before the full story reached the public. This isn't just a scandal, one insider admitted. It's a full-scale revelation, and no one is prepared for the fallout. The family's internal divisions deepened, with arguments over trust, loyalty, and transparency spilling into heated confrontations. Fans remained glued to the unfolding saga. Discussions and debates dominated social media platforms, with hashtags trending and speculation running rampant. Phrases like hidden government involvement, manipulated narratives, and family divided filled timelines, fueling engagement and anticipation. Candace's role as both investigator and orchestrator of the drama was widely recognized, positioning her at the center of a story that blurred the boundaries between reality, politics, and high-stakes intrigue. Inside Kirk's circle, the emotional toll was mounting. Family members reportedly expressed shock and betrayal, questioning why crucial information had been concealed for so long. Friends and associates struggled to separate personal loyalty from the unfolding revelations. Unsure of how to respond without exacerbating the situation, Candace, ever aware of the emotional and dramatic stakes, leveraged these tensions to further the narrative, revealing just enough to captivate viewers while maintaining the momentum of her investigation. Unexpected twists continued to emerge as Candace dug deeper. Documents suggested that certain public statements made by Kirk were influenced by powerful figures, prompting questions about motives, ethics, and accountability. Fans reacted with shock and fascination, debating the implications and speculating about the extent of the hidden networks. Insiders admitted that even they were surprised by the breadth and depth of the revelations, with some questioning whether they had unknowingly been part of a carefully orchestrated narrative. The tension reached a boiling point during a reported confrontation between Kirk and Candace. In the heated exchange, voices reportedly escalated. Accusations were hurled and emotions ran high. "Are you claiming that my public actions were controlled?" Kirk allegedly demanded, his frustration evident. Candace's response was unwavering. "I am showing that what the public sees is only part of the story. There are layers of influence and coordination that must be acknowledged." The intensity of the exchange left onlookers stunned, reinforcing the high stakes and dramatic tension that had come to define the unfolding saga. As the day progressed, new leaks continued to surface, adding complexity to an already tangled narrative. Insider accounts suggested that Kirk's attempts to control public perception were only partially successful. As Candace's revelations gained traction and credibility, the family, meanwhile, remained divided, grappling with the reality that the story's implications extended far beyond personal grievances. Fans, captivated by the drama, eagerly awaited each new development, fueling online discussions, speculation, and debate. By evening, it became clear that the story had taken on a life of its own. The combination of family drama, public scrutiny, and political intrigue created a spectacle that few could ignore. Candace's strategic release of evidence ensured that every twist and revelation had maximum impact, keeping audiences engaged and insiders scrambling to respond. The stakes were higher than ever, and the narrative continued to evolve with each passing hour, leaving Charlie Kirk and those closest to him caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty, tension, and high-stakes drama. The saga showed no signs of slowing down. As Candace meticulously orchestrated the release of further evidence, the pressure on Kirk's inner circle intensified. The family was forced to confront uncomfortable truths. Alliances were tested, and fans remained captivated by the unfolding revelations. The drama had become a perfect storm of secrecy, betrayal, and exposure, blending real-world intrigue with the heightened tension of reality TV, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats and insiders scrambling for answers. Even as night fell, insiders reported that the emotional and strategic fallout continued to escalate. Candace's revelations had exposed a network of influence that few could have imagined, leaving everyone involved acutely aware that the coming days would determine reputations, relationships, and the very narrative of Charlie Kirk's public life. Fans and critics alike remained riveted, the story unfolding in real time, each new revelation building suspense and anticipation for what would come next. The drama was far from over, and the stage was set for even greater confrontations, revelations, and emotional intensity. As the next morning dawned, the controversy surrounding Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens' revelations showed no sign of slowing down. Insiders reported that the fallout had spread far beyond the immediate circle, reaching political commentators, media outlets, and fans across the country. Every new piece of evidence released by Candace seemed to deepen the intrigue, revealing connections and influences that no one had anticipated. According to sources, Kirk's inner circle was now in a state of near panic, scrambling to manage the narrative while grappling with the emotional toll of the ongoing drama. Candace's strategy was meticulous. She reportedly coordinated with multiple insiders, former associates, and even anonymous government sources to assemble a story that was both explosive and meticulously detailed. Documents, emails, and recordings surfaced, each adding layers of complexity to a narrative that already bordered on unbelievable. Fans online were captivated, dissecting each leak with fervor, debating motives, and speculating on consequences. Phrases like hidden alliances, government interference, and manipulated truths trended, capturing the imagination and outrage of viewers nationwide. Inside Kirk's circle, tensions reached unprecedented levels. Family members argued bitterly, with some demanding full disclosure, while others urged restraint. Advisors and aides reportedly scrambled to respond to the growing storm. But Candace's methodical release of evidence left little room for effective damage control. Sources say that heated arguments broke out in private homes and offices alike, voices rising, emotions running high, and accusations flying unchecked. The family, caught in the crossfire of revelation and public scrutiny, was reportedly left divided and uncertain, struggling to reconcile loyalty with the shocking truths being revealed. Candace's revelations included communications suggesting that some of Kirk's public actions had been influenced by external parties, raising questions about autonomy, decision-making, and accountability. According to insiders, this information caused shockwaves not only among the family but also among friends and former allies who had once trusted Kirk implicitly. Fans were equally shocked, flooding social media with reactions ranging from disbelief to outrage. The narrative became increasingly complex, with each new disclosure adding layers of intrigue, suspense, and drama. One particularly intense confrontation reportedly occurred during a private meeting where Candace presented previously undisclosed emails that suggested strategic coordination between Kirk and high-ranking officials. Witnesses described the scene as electric, with emotions running high, voices raised, and disbelief palpable. One aide allegedly muttered, "We never imagined it would go this far." As Candace walked through the details, connecting dots that few had previously considered, the room reportedly fell silent at several points, the weight of the revelations sinking in as the implications became clear. Fans online continued to dissect every detail, theorizing about motives, alliances, and potential consequences. Social media became a battlefield of speculation and debate, with users sharing screenshots, clips, and commentary at a relentless pace. Phrases like truth exposed, hidden agendas, and family fallout dominated discussions, fueling the viral momentum of the controversy. Candace's approach, combining investigative rigor with dramatic timing, ensured that the story remained captivating, maintaining tension and suspense at every turn. As the day progressed, new insiders reportedly came forward, corroborating Candace's findings and adding further depth to the narrative. One source claimed that Kirk's public image had been carefully managed over time, influenced by a network of individuals whose interests aligned with maintaining a particular perception. The revelations stunned viewers, insiders, and family members alike, leaving many questioning how much of what they had believed was genuine, and how much had been carefully orchestrated for strategic purposes. Family tensions reportedly escalated throughout the day. Members expressed frustration, disbelief, and anger, arguing over what should be disclosed publicly and how to respond to the mounting scrutiny. One relative allegedly confronted Kirk directly. "How long were you planning to let us remain in the dark?" The confrontation, described as intense and emotional, underscored the personal stakes involved in a story that had already captured national attention. Friends and associates struggled to navigate the evolving situation, unsure of who to trust or how to act. Candace, recognizing the dramatic potential, reportedly leveraged these tensions to further emphasize the narrative, keeping audiences engaged while maintaining the momentum of her investigation. Unexpected twists continued to surface. Leaked recordings suggested that certain decisions made by Kirk in the public eye were influenced by external pressures, prompting questions about intent, responsibility, and hidden agendas. Fans were shocked, debating ethics, motives, and the implications for public perception. Insiders admitted that even they were surprised by the depth of influence revealed, with some realizing that they too had unknowingly participated in orchestrated narratives designed to shape outcomes. The drama intensified as the layers of deception, coordination, and secrecy were exposed. Candace's interactions with Kirk reportedly grew increasingly intense. During one heated exchange, Kirk confronted her with a mix of frustration, disbelief, and fear. "Are you saying my every move has been manipulated?" Candace's response was calm but unyielding. "I am showing that what the public sees is only part of the story. There are forces at play you may not have fully understood, and the public deserves the truth." Witnesses described the scene as tense, the emotional stakes high, and the drama palpable. Each revelation added weight to the story, keeping audiences captivated and insiders on edge. As evening approached, insiders claimed that the story had spread far beyond the initial circle, drawing attention from media outlets, political commentators, and fans nationwide. Debates raged online, with viewers analyzing leaked documents, recordings, and statements in search of clarity. Phrases like hidden government connections, strategic manipulation, and public deception dominated discussions, further amplifying the impact of Candace's revelations. The drama had become a full-blown spectacle, blending real-world controversy with the heightened intensity of reality TV. Style intrigue. Family members reportedly continued to grapple with the implications of the story. Some demanded honesty and transparency, while others urged caution and discretion. Friends and allies expressed confusion, shock, and frustration. Caught between loyalty and the mounting evidence presented by Candace, insiders noted that the emotional toll was significant, with relationships strained and trust eroded. Candace, aware of the dramatic potential, reportedly timed each release to maximize suspense and engagement, ensuring that the story maintained momentum and captivated audiences worldwide. By nightfall, the stakes had never been higher. New leaks surfaced, including communications that suggested an even broader network of influence than previously revealed. Fans online reacted with disbelief and fascination, debating implications, motives, and potential consequences. Insiders admitted that the revelations had far-reaching effects, leaving Charlie Kirk and his closest associates scrambling to manage the fallout. The combination of family drama, public scrutiny, and political intrigue created a narrative that was both compelling and sensational, captivating audiences and leaving participants unsure of how to navigate the increasingly complex situation. Candace's strategic approach ensured that each revelation carried maximum impact. Insiders described the atmosphere as charged, with emotions running high and stakes escalating. The family reportedly faced intense confrontations. Alliances were tested, and relationships strained under the weight of mounting revelations. Fans continued to follow every detail, eagerly anticipating the next twist in a story that had become a national spectacle. The drama, far from subsiding, intensified with every leak, every recording, and every strategic release of information, ensuring that audiences remained captivated and engaged. As the hours stretched into the night, insiders claimed that Candace had uncovered connections and actions that even seasoned aides had not anticipated. Emails, recordings, and testimony suggested a level of orchestration that made the unfolding narrative both shocking and compelling. Family members remained divided. Friends questioned loyalties, and fans debated motives and outcomes online. The story had grown beyond a simple controversy, evolving into a saga of secrecy, manipulation, and revelation, with Candace at the center orchestrating every dramatic moment. Even as midnight approached, insiders report that the fallout continued. Charlie Kirk's attempts to respond publicly were met with scrutiny, skepticism, and further questions. Candace continued to release evidence strategically, maintaining tension and suspense while drawing audiences deeper into the narrative. Social media remained abuzz, with fans dissecting every detail, theorizing motives, and speculating about consequences. The drama, intense and unrelenting, had become a national obsession, blending reality, politics, and high-stakes intrigue into a story that captivated millions. The stage was set for further dramatic developments. Candace Owens had positioned herself at the center of a story that had exposed hidden networks, tested loyalties, and challenged public perception. Insiders claimed that every revelation had emotional and strategic consequences, leaving Kirk and his closest associates struggling to maintain control over the narrative. Fans remained riveted, the story unfolding in real time with each new leak, accusation, and confrontation adding to the intensity of a saga that showed no sign of slowing. The night ended with uncertainty, tension, and anticipation. Insiders reported strained relationships, heightened emotions, and unresolved questions, while fans eagerly awaited the next installment in a story that had captured national attention. Candace Owens' relentless pursuit of the truth, combined with her ability to orchestrate drama and maintain suspense, had ensured that the narrative remained compelling, captivating, and impossible to ignore. The unfolding saga promised more revelations, confrontations, and twists, leaving everyone involved acutely aware that the stakes had never been higher and the story far from over. And so, after everything we've uncovered, after every secret revealed and every shocking twist exposed by Candace Owens, the story doesn't end here. The questions linger, the drama continues, and the implications ripple through every corner of Kirk's world. What will happen next? Who else might step forward with new evidence? Will loyalties shift again? Fans are shocked, insiders are scrambling, and the public is left asking, how deep does this go? The truth, as Candace has demonstrated, is rarely simple, and the consequences are rarely predictable. You've followed the story from the initial revelation to heated confrontations, from private family arguments to public scrutiny, and through the layers of intrigue, manipulation, and strategic influence that have come to define this saga. Every document, every email, every leaked recording has painted a picture of a network more complex and emotionally charged than most could have imagined. The family was left divided. Friends questioned their allegiances, and Kirk himself was forced to confront truths that could not be ignored. And yet, despite all that has been revealed, there are still mysteries to solve, questions unanswered, and tensions unresolved. Now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think about Candace Owens' revelations? Do you believe Kirk was manipulated, or do you think he orchestrated these events himself? How deep do you think the hidden networks go? Fans are speaking out in droves across social media, debating motives, loyalties, and consequences, and your voice matters. Join the conversation, add your perspective, and be part of the discussion that is sweeping across platforms nationwide. Your thoughts could shed new light, provoke new insights, and maybe even uncover angles that no one has considered yet. Think about the stakes. The family is divided, the public perception is shifting, and the drama is far from over. Every revelation changes the landscape. Every confrontation adds tension, and every leak keeps the world guessing. Candace Owens has shown relentless determination, courage, and strategic precision, bringing truths to light that were long hidden. The ripple effects are still being felt, and the next chapter of this unfolding story could change everything once again. Your engagement is part of that story now, part of the dialogue that will continue to shape public perception and understanding. If you've been captivated by the twists, the emotional confrontations, and the high-stakes drama, make sure you don't miss what comes next. Subscribe to stay updated with every new development, every shocking revelation, and every dramatic turn in this ongoing saga. Click the like button to show your support for Candace Owens' fearless reporting and the exposure of hidden truths. Share your insights in the comments, respond to what you've just seen, and let your opinion be heard, because every voice adds to the intensity and richness of the conversation surrounding this explosive story. Consider also the personal dimensions of the saga. Family members struggled with betrayal, loyalty, and emotional upheaval. Friends wrestled with trust and doubt. Even Kirk himself had to confront the consequences of hidden networks and manipulated narratives. The drama has been as personal as it has been public, and your engagement helps illuminate the human side of these events. Ask yourself, how would you respond if you were caught in a whirlwind of secrets, lies, and revelations that challenge everything you thought you knew? Your perspective adds depth and context to the ongoing discussion. We're all witnesses to a story that blends reality with high-stakes intrigue, where every revelation has consequences and every reaction matters. Candace Owens has given us a front-row seat to this unfolding drama. But it's the audience people like you who keep the story alive, who analyze, debate, and speculate. Your participation is more than passive observation. It's an essential part of how this story evolves, how public perception shifts, and how the truth continues to emerge. Don't miss the chance to be an active part of this narrative. So, here's what you need to do next. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of the unfolding drama. Like the video if you're shocked, intrigued, or captivated by what Candace Owens has uncovered. Leave a comment with your thoughts, theories, or reactions. Every insight adds to the conversation. Share this video with friends and on social media, because the more people who engage, the richer the discussion becomes, and the more impact Candace's revelations will have. Your engagement ensures that the story doesn't fade, that every detail is scrutinized, and that no secret goes unnoticed. Remember, the story is far from over. Candace Owens has revealed incredible truths, but questions remain. Will there be more leaks? Will allies switch sides? What consequences will unfold for Charlie Kirk, his family, and those connected to the hidden networks? Fans are watching, insiders are reacting, and the drama continues to evolve with each passing moment. By subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, you're part of this story, part of the unfolding drama, and part of the audience that keeps the suspense alive. As we wrap up this chapter, remember the key takeaways. Candace Owens has exposed hidden networks, challenged public narratives, and brought private conflicts into the light. Charlie Kirk's world has been shaken, alliances tested, and relationships strained. The stakes are high, the questions remain, and the story continues to evolve. Your role as a viewer, commentator, and participant is vital. Don't just watch, engage, discuss, debate, and share. Your voice keeps the story alive. Your insight adds context, and your attention ensures that the drama continues to captivate and provoke thought. So take action now. Subscribe to stay updated on every new revelation. Like the video to show your engagement, comment with your thoughts to fuel the discussion, and share with others so they too can witness this extraordinary saga. The story of Candace Owens' exposure of hidden truths tied to Charlie Kirk is ongoing, unpredictable, and electrifying. Be part of it. Participate, analyze, and watch as the drama unfolds further. The revelations have shaken a family, challenged a public figure, and captivated millions, and you have the chance to be part of every shocking twist, every emotional confrontation, and every revelation yet to come. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and above all, remember, the story isn't over, and your involvement matters. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now, because the drama continues, the questions remain, and the next explosive chapter is just around the corner.